Heyo, it's Marco Cattaneo representing Charles Sturt University with yet another study aid for the subject ITI 597, and a subject that covers IT service management. In today's topic we're going to take a closer look at the objectives for the process release and deployment management. Yeah, release and deployment management, some food for thought. Are all your releases consistent? I mean, do they all look the same? Are all your releases getting properly tested? Are they fully documented? Are they fully communicated? Are customers actually up to date and involved of what's happening? Are other IT service management processes and functions properly involved? I mean, are the relationships properly maintained? And if releases fail, are you able to back out adequately? Think about some of these questions, okay? Because it's all release and deployment management related. Yeah, release and deployment management. The goal. It says here, the goal of release and deployment management is to deploy releases into production, into the live environment, and establish effective use of the service in order to deliver value to the customer and user, and be able to hand over this new service to service operations. So release and deployment management, it's the point where we move from service transition into service operations. So some keywords: production, value, handover, think also of training, and again the gateway to service operations. So the goal of release and deployment management, it's all about deploying releases into the live environment. Yeah, release and deployment management, its purpose, to define and agree release and deployment plans so everyone knows exactly what's going to happen. Ensuring releases are compatible with each other and the rest of the environment. Ensuring and maintaining the integrity of what we're releasing. So everything that we release is complete, up to date, and not being tampered with. We want to ensure that the releases are controlled within their own life cycle. So we track, we install, we test, we verify, and if it all works we're happy, and if it doesn't work we back out. So we follow the release in its own life cycle. We make sure that stakeholders are properly involved and are getting properly managed. So stakeholder management. We want to make sure that if there are any deviations, they are properly recorded and managed, so we can learn from our mistakes and we can also learn from our successes. And in the end we want to make sure there's a knowledge transfer, so education and training on how to use this new or changed service to the business and also to IT. So the key slide, release and deployment management, the objectives. Now unfortunately, and if you read the ITIL book, the list of objectives is more or less the same as the list of the purpose statements. So I'm not going to repeat those again, okay? So just go back to the previous slide. So here you've got my own one-line objective. It says here, the objective of release and deployment management is to build, to test, to distribute and deploy IT infrastructure services, systems and components, covering both the technical but also the non-technical aspects, ensuring a smooth transition from the old infrastructure to the new or modified one. So again, it's about documentation, it's about training, it's about providing early life support to IT operations. And in the end, it's about handing over this service, be it a new one, be it a modified one, to service operations. Yeah, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What do you think of my duckies? They're cute, aren't they? Hey, change management as a process, they coordinate and they approve all change. Configuration management as a process, they manage the information that pertains to all the configuration items that are affected by that change. Release management, well, they actually build and test the change. I mean, in a separate environment. Builders should not be testing themselves. I mean, a writer shouldn't proofread his or her own work. So testing should be done by an independent party. And then deployment management, they like distribute and like implement the change into the life, into the production, into like the operational environment. So that's where you find like a lot of like the physical work being performed, like people walking around like with PCs and like file servers. So you've got a bit of an overview of like the key processes that you will find within like the release, control and validation set of like ITIL. Yeah, practice what you preach. Of course, it's about understanding the objectives for the release and deployment management process. So, you've got your drawings of your new kitchen approved, huh? As well as a budget and some resources. So, what comes next? Hey, someone needs to order the new kitchen components. Someone needs to remove your old kitchen. Someone needs to make sure that like the tradies, the tradespeople arrive on time. You want to make sure that people know exactly what needs to be done and the work actually gets done. You want to make sure that like you know how your new kitchen appliances actually work. So you want to receive some training and you want to receive some manuals. Think about some other items here and have fun with this exercise, okay?
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
It's a simple question. Which one of the following is correct considering the objectives for the release and deployment process? Answer A. To ensure all the changes are approved. Answer B. To ensure all configuration information is stored in the configuration management database. Answer C. To ensure knowledge transfer. And answer D. To ensure budgets and resources are properly allocated. I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about the answer, and then as usual, we continue. Okay, so what's the answer? Of course, the answer is answer C. C is absolutely correct. We want to ensure knowledge transfer to the customers, users, and also like IT. What's in the next topic? In the next topic we're going to look at some basic concepts for the process release and deployment management. We're in the volume service transition, still. Hey, until then, live long and prosper, nano nano, and as always, I'll be back.